Sing Street is directed by John Carney and is set in 1980s Dublin, and is about this boy who recently has to move schools. And in all fairness, the tagline for this movie pretty much sums it up. Boy meets girl, girl unimpressed, boy starts band. That is pretty much how the movie goes. Now, believe it or not, I do actually have a reason for this review being very late. When this movie first came out in the UK, really early on in the year, I didn't know whether to check it out or not because I didn't really hear much buzz around it and I didn't really know what it was about. However, when it was later released in the US, in like the back end of the summer, I heard so many positive reviews about it that I simply could not ignore it anymore. The main thing that I loved about this movie is just the fact that it is so uplifting and fun and you don't actually have to think about it. It's not dark or depressing or anything like that. You can just have a fun time watching this movie. I mean, yeah, it has its emotional moments, but they're character driven and they make sense for the sake of the story. The rest of the movie is just a really enjoyable, fun time. The performances in this movie are really good. The main boy who plays Connor, whose name is Ferdia Walsh-Peelo, yeah, not the easiest of names to remember. He's really good in the movie, and so is Lucy Rainton, who plays Rafina. Their relationship and their chemistry is really good, and it is really believable. It's never forced. You feel like these two could actually make a realistic couple. Aiden Gillen is also in the movie, but he's not in it for much. I liked what I saw of him, but like I said, he's barely in the movie at all. However, the standout for me was Jack Reynor as Connor's brother. He is so good in this movie, and the relationship that blossoms between Connor and his brother is just really believable, and it really, really works. It's really nice and it's really heartwarming to see them getting on so well, but when emotion needs to be there, it shows. Also, I liked how whenever Connor wanted to improve the band or improve his own songwriting, he immediately went to his brother to give him expertise, and his brother actually ended up being kind of like a mentor in telling Connor what is good and bad music and pretty much telling him what to do to win over this girl. And I thought that was a really nice touch, because rather than making the dad be the mentor character, making the brother the mentor character makes their bond a lot stronger and makes the eventual ending a lot more sad. The other guys who play the band members I thought were really good as well, and the chemistry that blossoms between them I thought was very believable as well, and it actually looks like you're watching teenagers trying to write music. And you'll all admit it, I mean even I will admit it, when you were a teenager or when you were very young, you did try to start a band with your friends and it didn't really work out. And the only opposite in this movie is that the band actually ends up being really good and somewhat successful in a way. But we've all tried that in our past, and they capture that really well, because the way that they talk about writing songs is exactly the same way that teenagers who may not have the best experience with writing songs tackle writing a song. Like, that bit sounds good, like, we'll put it behind that bit, or we could do a little thing like that. You know, they bounce ideas off each other, and I thought that was a really nice, realistic touch that they added to the movie. And last but not least is the music in this movie, and the music is really good. Seeing that it's set in the 1980s, they take full advantage of the soundtrack they have at the time. For example, they use bands such as The Cure, The Jam, Spandau Ballet, Duran Duran, Aha, and loads of other artists, and they used that music really well in the movie. But it's not just that. The music that is written for the movie, for the band to perform, is really good as well, and it takes influences from all the bands that I just mentioned, and I thought it was very funny to see how the band are constantly changing their style depending on what band they're listening to at the time. Like, one minute they'll look like The Cure, and the next they'll try and look like Duran Duran. It's really funny, but it really works, because when you start writing music in a band like that, you don't really know what style you're going to go for until you actually try and write music. Overall, guys, I really enjoyed Sing Street, and I thought it was a nice change of pace to see a positive movie for once. Especially in a year like this, seeing how shitty it's been throughout the whole of 2016, I think it's nice for people to see a movie like Sing Street, which will definitely put a smile on your face from start to finish. And I'm going to give Sing Street an 8.5 out of 10. I highly recommend it, just so you can have something nice to watch before the year is over. So guys, that was my review for Sing Street. My review of The Neon Demon will be out very soon. If you enjoyed this video, then remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Bye!